Everybody that Young Thug knew, they told on him, even his own brother. So this goes to show what Gunna did wasn't a snake move. It was bound to happen because he was on Crime Stoppers years back. I want y'all to look at one thing from what they said in the courtroom. The DA is addressing the fact that they want the leader. They don't want nobody else. And from everybody else getting deals, it goes to show. In all actual reality, people need to understand that this is a revolving door, and they need to open their eyes and realize what's really going on. Because if you pay attention to it, Sauce Walker, he made a good statement when he said that the whole crew is wet rats. When he said that, that indicated one thing, that the things that they said to the prosecutors wasn't fabricated. The things that they said to the prosecutors, which led them to having a conclusion in conjunction of basically making it to where Young Thug can't get out. No bond, no nothing. He cannot even, he is on 23-1. I want y'all to really look at that because he lost all the privileges once they told. Duke093 came out there and checked in. He never checked out. Like, real talk, man. Somebody ran up on Duke. I want y'all to pay attention to what's going on. And Charleston White made a good explanation on how people take things for granted and how some people really need to sit back and analyze what's really going on so that they can have a real understanding of basically you can't be trusting these rappers out here because a lot of them really wanted to be in their spot. And I'm going to let you know from firsthand, from the horse's mouth, this Peso, he finna tell everything that's going on.
Ain't what you think it is. On another note, that pink gonna make about everything. Feel me? All I know is I'm on the way to go buy some real estate. You feel me? So, y'all being negative, wanna be mean to a nigga. I'm on the way to go buy some real estate. You feel me? I'm with the family.
And he's saying basically that he not down with the Rico. He realized saying that his name ain't mentioned in the Rico. He said that they told on everybody but him. He said he with the family now. He say he finna realize just invest in real estate and stop rapping as a whole. I want y'all to understand, man, Peso was one of the ones who sat back there and kept the whole TSF together when everybody tried to lead TSF. And people know this.
Y'all rappers, man, sit your ass down somewhere, man. It ain't looking good out here. If you rap and you in the streets, get out the streets, man. If you rap, stay out the streets, man. Straight up. Like, the feds is coming. The feds are coming, man. Get up out of there, man.
A dozen men behind bars facing federal charges as part of a joint operation to crack down on violent.
And this is something that we all know for a fact that they thought they was going to get away easily, but it didn't happen like that.
Possession of a firearm.
Guns and drugs, they fuel violence.
Like, they feel that these people is the main ones who really got them to even crack down on them because it was too many people who was moving around loose. And you know for a fact that TSF, they realize they loud. When they go in public, everybody know that's them because they make it be known. And when you make things be known like this, eyes start watching and people start being on your bumper. You really got to look at this, man, from a whole different perspective because some people don't really know that when you really take everything that you done did and you really look back on it, you be like, dang, I wonder would this catch up with me. Like, you got to look at everybody who played a role in that because it was multiple people who was even entwined with the TSF Rico. Like, Gunna, he did what he did. He got out early. He realized got to go back and basically snitch again on Young Thug in front of the courtroom. Young Thug still booked. So we all know this. And one thing you got to understand, it was previous beef between Sauce Walker and the whole Young Thug, YSL. He realized, went on he went off on them so bad to the point where he brought up the fact that they was running from YFL and Lucci now. I want y'all to really look at this, man, because we can all really sit back and look at this, man, be like, 13 people was charged? 13? Like, people sit back and look at this and people be like, hold on, that's too many people. You feel me? At the end of the day, it's too many people. We know for a fact that this could easily be avoided if you realize you got to stay out the streets at some point in time. We just talked to his family. They already said, like, man, you need to stay out of the city, because if you go in the city, they going to end up locking you up because you got too many connections and you on too many phone calls with these people who real life just got booked. How your crew get booked? You feel me? At the end of the day, man, we all know this, man, and we know for a fact that Gunna, he realized he opened his mouth too soon. And TSF, they realized it's finna heat up right now. It's really finna heat up for Houston, man. And from what FBI saying, everything is acute information right now, and everything is public documented. I want everybody to know that from them even saying that TSF, they go back to who owns that company. Like, at the end of the day, we know this, man, and we can all really sit back and be like, Sauce Walker better be safe, man. You better keep your I's dotted and your T's crossed, man, because it's a lot of people sitting back looking at it like, boy, this could fall down on you, boy. You can end up getting picked up, getting scooped up last, just like they scooped that homie, boy. At the end of the day, we know this, boy. Like, we know for a fact that everybody who rock with TSF, they send back looking at it like, we gotta we realize gotta stay solid. We gotta stay tight. But we know for a fact that it's always gonna be somebody that fold in these type of situations. And the reason for that being is one thing, the FBI, they already said that it was too many people who got caught with the blicky. If a lot of people didn't get caught with the blicky, it was over 6 people who got caught with moves. If they didn't have them on them, it wouldn't be no Rico, because they kept saying it had switches on it. Why would you have switches on it and then get caught with it? Even if your name ain't mentioned in it right now at the moment, boy, you better be safe, because you know for a fact how they work, boy. They realize want to sit back and keep their eye on you and see if you going to make another move. What's your next move? Your next move, it got to be your best move, because you don't want them people real live coming to get you all because of what your homies did. That's why you real life got to stop hanging around people who don't understand the fact that this is a revolving door, man. We got to understand everything that's been said in this whole Rico indictment should be a clear understanding that you have to be safe when you out there, man. You can't realize be out there moving as if you realize ain't got all these people in your corner. People looking at that. You got all these people. Y'all 20 deep. People want to know what y'all finna do, man. Why is y'all 20 deep and it ain't no concert and nothing going on? Why is y'all 20 deep and ain't really nothing to really happen but something negative? Half the people in his whole camp, they send back looking at it like J. Prince Jr. had to have a hand in this, because J. Prince Jr., he just got out of this whole situation. You feel me? With this Takeoff and Duke093. He had to have a whole hand in it, man. So people send back looking at it like, hold on, did J. Prince Jr. basically, like, did he get a word like he ain't protecting TSF? Like, y'all gotta really understand that, man. You gotta look at this, man, because TSF rock with Atlanta to a certain extent, but J. Prince Jr. and his whole movement, they realize they go back and forth to Atlanta all the time. And again, Boosie lives in Atlanta, so they realize can't really be out there too much, or even out there seeming like they just getting into it with people. Open your eyes to what's really going on, because everybody know for a fact that Gunna was going to end up folding. He folded under pressure for one reason. He wanted to come home, boy. I want y'all to know you gotta watch who you be around, cause some people ain't real life genuine. They not thorough, because a lot of people, like, some people have ulterior motives, some people don't, but some people you have to really be cautious of, because their brain, like, they'll be on some, like, you could tell they'll fold under pressure. That's why I always say you gotta watch your surroundings. You gotta watch these dudes y'all just meet. Soon as you meet, dude, he got a homie with him. Like, real talk, man. You don't know if they finna do anything. They already said that at the end of the day, they end up putting everything on the whole TSF, but they gonna end up charging the person who started TSF. So y'all gotta really look at that, man. And this coming straight from Houston, and Atlanta is the one who realized, sent back, like, we was cool with them, but now they want to try to keep pulling these stunts. They want to keep trying to beef with us when we realize savages. Too many people know for a fact that Sauce Walka, he don't play those games. Sauce Walka, he realized, sit back, and he will go to Atlanta, and hey, he gonna go, he gonna send it up. Once it's up, it's stuck. He know for a fact that everybody in Atlanta gonna realize, tuck their tail as soon as he fly out there. Like, we know this, and a lot of people want justice for Takeoff, man. RP Takeoff, RP Duke093, man. And like I said, again, this not point no finger at nobody, because Sauce Walka know for a fact of the people in the company that he keep. We all know that everybody you keep around you, they could either be your upbringing or your downfall. People sit back and look at it like Sauce Walka could easily avoid everything that's going on if he'll open his eyes to what's really going on, because his homies, it's your homies, boy. And I know Quavo sent back, he's still grieving for what happened, but he know for a fact that Sauce Walka know what's going on, and he know that J. Prince Jr. had his hand in the Duke093 situation. And we know for a fact that J. Prince Jr. ain't been real live booked yet for it. It's only a select few people who even know Sauce Walka, his homie, was even going there. Like, I want y'all to understand, they waited in that black car, and dude hopped out the passenger seat. Once he hopped out, he walked around the car. Once he walked around the car, he ran right up to their car and instantly started dumping inside the passenger window. I want y'all to really look at this, man, and really pay attention to the fact that they couldn't even drive off quick enough, for the simple fact that they caught them off guard. That's why I always tell y'all, watch yourself, watch y'all surroundings, man. You have to make sure all your I's are dotted and your T's is crossed. It's so many people out here looking at the fact that, oh, here's Sweet Lick, all because he got a bag. No, man, y'all got to really understand, man. They wanted Sauce Walka, homie, to check in. You can't just go to no other city without checking in. A lot of people sit back and don't really take heed to that, but we need to understand what's really going on, man. We have to open our eyes to the fact that they know what they doing. Just like Lil Durk mentioned in his song that he told Young Thug, everybody who he blew at. When I say blue, he blicky down. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Even being in contact with Gunna, it goes to show who playing what part and who with what side. A lot of people took sides already, and they said Young Slime Life Shawty, he is signed to Lil Durk OTF, so therefore he don't want to be booked because he only affiliated with YSL. It's 11-page Rico indictment between the whole TSF, so y'all gotta understand the whole Sauce Factory. Everybody who real live was out there flexing them chains, flexing them cars. They already raided Sauce Walka house a couple years ago for a whole nother incident. Y'all gotta really look at this. It's too many people out there who know for a fact. Y'all gotta watch what y'all do, man. Y'all on them phones talking and doing all that, telling y'all business to these people, man. Y'all realize setting y'allself up for failure, and a lot of people know for a fact that Sauce Walka, he knew for a fact that once Buddy hopped out and caught him in the driveway and he couldn't pull out, dude walked right up to the window, it was over with, for the simple fact that everybody was in the garage. Once you know for a fact that if you in the street, your number one enemy It's the females, man. The females who still out there setting people up. You feel me? Setting the dudes up with the money who got the bag. They chasing the bag. And I want y'all to know that regardless of how street you is, a lot of street dudes fold under pressure. He already exposed the fact that they was running from everybody that was in Wild Fan Lucci camp. Like real talk, y'all. After that happened with Big Nut, you gotta understand, man, they real life start investigating Young Thug as as his own person instead of investigating the whole YSL. No, they hit YSL with the Rico, but you gotta understand one thing. Gunna already gave them the information they need to know. YSL been looked at for a long time, but they start looking at Thug because of what happened with Nut. They already knew his name was ringing through the hood in Atlanta. We already know one thing. When you get out of jail for snitching, you gonna end up getting dropped from the label. Like real talk. We know for a fact that they gonna realize, sit there and say, Gunna, you can't even come back to the YSL studio. For the simple fact that you slammed out the game. That's why Saucy Sancho said that J. Prince Jr. was the one who realized he know everything that's going on in Houston, and he could have realized stopped the whole Rico from going on. He could have stopped it. It was an 11-page Rico indictment, man, with all type of stuff. People getting caught with blickies, people getting caught with, man, all type of stuff that they don't even supposed to have on them. Like, we already know this, man. In every hood, we know for a fact that if you get out early, you snitched. If you real life get less of time than the persons you on a case with, if they your co-defendants, you snitched. A lot of people not cut from that cloth. You shouldn't put people in position who you know for a fact gonna fold under pressure. We know this, and we know a lot of dudes, they from the street like the hoods of Atlanta, they treacherous, man. They be out there, man, body after body after body. Like, at the end of the day, we know this, man, but we know for a fact that you can do all that while you out, but as soon as you get booked, you want to go back out to that. You feel me? And it don't happen like that. Y'all got to look at the fact that once Gunna got out, it opened up a can of worms because everybody looked at it like, hold on, we basically still locked up and you out. Why is you out and we still locked up? But if we all go back to the beginning, they tried to basically get Gunna out in the first place. You feel me? They was saying release Gunna and let everybody else stay in there. But we know for a fact that if they release Gunna, we know for a fact he ain't tell if it would have been at the beginning because they pushed for them to release him. You feel me? So I know a lot of people sit back and pay attention to what's going on, and y'all gotta really be cautious about the people you keep around you. Sauce Walker cousin, he wasn't going for none of that because he knew that somebody mentioned his name. You can't mention the head of the whole clique name, man. Like real talk, Gunna is the reason why Young Thug is finna get all this time, and Gunna is the reason why TSF finna get all this time. And he said what really happened. He said how they tried to real live make it seem like Gunna was the one, but real life they already been watching TSF. Like, you gotta understand this, man. Really pay attention to it, cause a lot of people sit back and really don't know like what's really going on. But if you really put your finger on it, you will really pay attention to everything that's going on, because the people who was arrested, them the main people who basically Sauce Walker didn't want. He did, like, you know, the situations that Sauce Walker got into in the past. So it's people that could tell on him now. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Hey, y'all read the thumbnail. Hey, y'all saw the thumbnail, y'all read the title. Hey, y'all got to pay attention to everything that's going on, because I got some breaking news for y'all today, man. Sauce Walker and the whole Sauce Factory, TSF, man. You got to understand, man, they've been hit with multiple RICO charges due to everything that's been going on out in Houston. And I want y'all to know that they brought up Duke the Jeweler name, and they brought up J. Prince Jr. as a person of interest. Like, I want y'all to pay attention to what's really going on. Sauce Walker could have realized, he could have covered his tracks, man, better than how they did, man. They realized, put themselves in a messed up situation, and it all goes back to everybody who they real life trusted. I want y'all to look at the fact that Sauce Walker Boy, one of his homies, boy, just got knocked off. Boy, they just sent Buddy up. Y'all gotta look at this, man, because everybody in Houston paying attention to the fact that everybody who told on them, it was 13 people. Y'all gotta understand. They mentioned Sauce Walker as the person who basically was the ringleader of everything that went on. So I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on, man. People sit back and look at this from a whole different perspective, but you have to really be mindful of what's going on. Sauce Walker, he really think that Gunna was the one who real life gave the tip on everything that was going on. Could nobody have known what literally happened until Gunna literally got released? Everything that went on, it dates back to when Gunna was going through his plea deal. Y'all need to open y'all eyes and realize what's really going on, because if everybody get booked, who else gonna be out here to realize, sit there and realize, put the music out that people need to hear? Sauce Walker made a comment on the Duke093 situation, and I think this kind of brought him into, like, basically the light. Like, again, a lot of people sit there. If y'all don't know what happened with Duke093 was a Chicago jeweler. He was around 26 years old, man. He realized had his own business going on, and he realized had his stuff going for him, and he was traveling back and forth, basically selling rappers jewelry, giving rappers pieces, and a lot of people thought that he was sweet because he was coming with basically no real security, just like everybody else who's coming to Houston. Sad to say, he did one thing that everybody else did, like Takeoff. RP Duke093, RP Takeoff. Takeoff came out there, checked in. You feel me? They said he didn't check in.
Right.
Takeoff was looking at him.
Something to go down.
Takeoff had a feeling. He had a real feeling that something was about to go down, because he noticed Quavo kept on looking like Quavo kept on looking back. Like, why would you keep looking behind you and you know that's your people? Like, not even your people, that's your nephew. Again, that's your nephew behind you. Why is you with these people as if you know them since day one? Why would you with them people like that?
I wouldn't even win. No, I wouldn't be hanging out with no people from MobTies. No, I wouldn't.
No, you can't.
I wouldn't even win.
You really
That was a big. Man, so many young guys have died, and it's really sad behind gunfire. We find pulling out a gun and just shooting you. It just doesn't make any sense. Why do you do that? Why?
To be honest with you, people sit back and don't really look at what's really going on. People know for a fact that Takeoff was one of the main ones who real life sat there and held the whole foundation of the Migos together. People sitting there looking like Quavo.
That's the only one I like out of the whole Migos is Takeoff.
Cause Takeoff was the one who created the whole Migos flow.
Right. That man was bad.
A lot.
That man was bad. For me, being 51 years old and liking the Migos, I like a lot of people. I like NBA Youngboy too, even though he do what he do. But I like him too. I know most of his songs.
Yeah, and you can really pay attention to the things that's going on, cause
why are all people hating on each other?
The reason that they hating on each other is for one reason, is because people don't know that J. Prince Jr. gave Quavo a lump sum. He gave Quavo a settlement, man. He gave him like 90,000 just to even sign to MobTies, and Quavo took the money.
You guys are absolutely right.
And it's crazy because Quavo not finna be with them people for no reason like that, man.
Right.
People sit there, people know this, man.
Everything on YouTube is true. It's got something to do with that contract and everything.
It's the contract, man. He violated the whole MobTies Migos contract, man.
You right. You're right. They didn't want to sign that shit.
Yeah,
Nope.
if he would have signed it, he would have never got sent up. He didn't want to sign it,
Right.
and it's always an oddball out
absolutely
of the
right.
group who don't want to get down with what's going on, man. Takeoff did not want to come to Houston every 2 weeks and do shows, man. He wanted to go overseas where they make more of their money from.
Right. Right.
People don't understand what's really going on. It's a MobTies Migo connection, and it led back to Migo bands even in the middle of it. You see what happened to J. Prince Jr. Everything is coming down on that man. And RP to Takeoff before anything. RP
Yep.
Duke the Jeweler, because a lot of people don't really know what's really going on.
Right. Right. That is just, man. And then that video they made.
Yeah, the video, all the video showed, to be honest with you.
Contract on the bed, and he had the gun right next to him.
Yeah.
And, you know,
A street person vision,
Yeah.
and also a person to understand what a back door is.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people, you can go ahead, because a lot of people, don't know that it's RP Takeoff or nothing. Like, we all know for a fact that it was too many people who played a role in this, but one thing, just like they said, Mike Prince was in the middle of all of it. He was in the middle of all of it. Then when I did my research, I'm starting to find out, like, Mike Prince could have avoided this whole situation. He saw dude running up on Takeoff, and he saw like Quavo and them running the other way. You feel me? It's like he could have been a mediator of this whole situation.
Yes, he could have, and we could go back from the beginning before they even arrived to the ball on that. When it was in Fifth Ward, Mike Prince is very present on that video when Quavo was sitting in Jazz Prince red drop top
Mm-hmm.
with the blicky on the side of him.
Yeah.
Mike Prince is over there vouching for Takeoff, so it's like Takeoff probably rode with Mike Prince, and Jazz Prince was driving Quavo.
Yeah.
I mean, but the whole thing to me is, if he the star of the Migos, why wasn't he in the car with Jazz Prince? That's his event. Why is he in another vehicle going to a situation? It shouldn't happen that way.
It shouldn't have happened that way.
That's your nephew love him so much, and y'all affinity links, and y'all supposed to be together all the time, and you been with you. He should be with you everywhere you move. He should have been with you.
How could you have more trust for the other people?
At the time.
Right. And it just makes it seem like a setup at some point, for the simple fact that why is y'all even in separate cars, first off? Second off, Jazz Prince put Drake on, so therefore Jazz Prince only messing with the leaders of the group. You see what I'm saying? Takeoff was the leader of the group.
Yeah, and they always looked at that Takeoff like he was the third wheel. Offset married to Cardi B. Quavo with Sweetie. Quavo the superstar. You know what I'm saying? When Takeoff the whole time, Takeoff the one writing lyrics for them. Takeoff is the
beat maker.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm gonna speculate, but they said he owned 95% of the Migos.
He do. That's why when it came down to it, like, I'm not saying Quavo set him up. I'm not gonna even say that. I'm not gonna even put I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna even say Jay Prince and them like they planned this, and no, it could have been a mishaps to where they got into it, and then the people who ran for Jay Prince, they looking at it as if it's something major, as if the Migos gonna try to do something to them, because they already knew the Migos security had blicky on them. So for them to even come out and say like, hold on, Lil Cam them made a bad decision, they was just thinking for themselves. No, in all actual reality, you pay attention to it, Lil Cam them only was going off eyesight. They see they boss real life get into it. All they know is to shoot.
And I like this too, man. With liquor involved and weed and egos clash. So you got a young man that just allegedly won money from Quavo inside of the dice game. Now, me personally, I live in Houston. I went to school in Houston, and I know one thing about in Houston, they like to drive you. You know what I'm saying? As far as some people call it ribbon, some people call it flexing and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's their type of style. So I done got $7,000 off a multi-millionaire. Man, let's go do something else, right? And due to the fact that Quavo, and like his past things, like even with security and the way he hot tempered, I just feel like as a leader and as a person that's in a multi-million organization, multi-million artist, I feel like he should have had better discretion and
Yeah.
understood like this is the type of conversation I should have. You know what I'm saying? You should move as a boss as always. You shouldn't even allow a person on that lower stature to even get into your business or even arouse you to even come to that level of argument,
Yeah.
to that level of being mad. Because you at a different status. You gotta look at some people you just gotta look at it like, listen, bro, stay over there, man, holla at your man, we out of here.
Yeah.
But when him saying like I'm gonna hurt somebody, that caused a whole uproar too. You gotta understand there's a lot of famous, successful people that are there too, like the boxer for Jay Prince, Mr. Shakur. He was right there next to Takeoff.
See?
So people know what happened. People know who did it. But for some reason, everybody's silent. And that's what makes it weird for these conspiracy theories and stuff to come out when you look at all of this stuff surrounding Takeoff. But to me, I just feel like it was a misunderstanding.
And it got out of hand.
Things got heated. Jazz Prince left because that was his party. I don't never see Quavo nor Takeoff. When you look at all the pictures, Takeoff was always with Jazz Prince.
See?
Now, who to say that Jay Prince Jr. didn't take a liking to Quavo, or didn't even like the way he was as a man, as a person? Because you know how it be, like, you could be friends with one brother, and one brother might don't like you, or a homie could like this person more than the other homie like this person.
And they'll bring their other homie around, but whole time it's some tension it's beef up
That's
in
right.
the crew
It's
because
beef.
somebody jealous
But
of
you
the
don't
other
even know.
person.
But you wouldn't even know it's beef. You wouldn't even know it's static because you're around the family so much. But family beef with each other all the time. And I look at Jay Prince Jr. and I look at Jazz Prince. Jazz Prince is very successful because due to the fact he found Drake, his money gonna be long forever.
Yeah, that kind of gonna put him.
It ain't got nothing to do with Jazz Prince Jr. Yeah, you my side, you part of the family, but this is my move. Now everybody in the world know who Drake is. You know what I'm saying? I think Jay Prince Jr. is trying to find himself on this level to become like his little brother.
Exactly, because the little brother got more pull than
now
him.
Now you finally got a rapper. Now you're trying to get into the whole more of the industry as far as the rap life in my side. And now he's trying to be a boss. Now he's trying to eat on his back end and have an artist like Jazz Prince. And now Jazz Prince is the one that's bringing Quavo in the in. Jazz Prince is the one that's bringing Takeoff in the in, not Jay Prince Jr.
See?
So we gotta always look at that fact like it might not be no love on that end like that.
And people may think that just because one brother mess with him, that all the other brothers rock with him. No, it don't go like that in the hood.
Things like that.
Hell
I'm
no.
talking about this street. This the hood we're talking about. We ain't talking about no executives. We ain't talking about shit in no corporate meetings. We ain't talking about how they think like the Met Gala, dealing with all these other label heads. So it's two worlds they live in. They live in the street world and they live in the executive world.
Yeah, and they get caught up in one of them. They be getting caught up in them worlds, man.
That's right, and that's why I feel like black men, when you become successful,
Yeah.
when you get these things and get out the hood, and you feed your family. These dudes was the Beatles of this generation. Ain't no way. Listen, bro. That's like Michael Jackson get done coming out of bowling now.
Exactly, or even the Beatles, they self coming out of, you don't hear nothing happening to none of them.
Like, how can this happen?
The thing is, Jay Prince Jr. felt that he could obtain more, you feel me, more power than Jazz Prince because it's like a competition thing. I'm gonna break it down to you. It's not even like the father just set everything in stone so that if they get locked up or something, they can get out. You feel me? All he did was pull a couple strings. But what Jay Prince Jr., he went out there and hit the like button if y'all new to the channel, share this video. Hey, look, man, Jay Prince Jr. went out there and did one thing. He made a bad mistake by even putting himself out there, showing that it's some jealousy up in the family. That's why they kept saying, you ruined the name. You ruined the name. Like, y'all not finna hide behind me.
And you ruined the legacy. And
The legacy, y'all.
And I 100% know that the legacy is real ruined. And you know, and it's always that one spoiled kid, right? It's always that one bad apple. You know what I'm saying? It's that always that one that want to be in the spotlight. Now we all know for a fact Jay Prince Jr. Jay Prince been rich forever.
Yeah.
He been rich forever. He been grinding since he was born in Fifth Ward, Texas. You heard?
Yeah, I mean, he
That man
basically run the whole Fifth Ward.
Now. So we know for a fact his sons, they never had to get into no legal activity. They never had to be these type of individuals that they are. Especially Jay Prince Jr. You don't have to be that way. You don't have to move like that. Like, man, for real, you could be a boss for real in executive office. You don't need to be out here with people that's young and immature, that don't know how to shoot, don't know how to even wash their ass properly.
Exactly.
You is a boss, bro. You underneath one of the biggest bosses in the world, and you're not resembling your father, bro. Your father moves like a boss in silence, like a real mob. You out here like on the Godfather, right?
Yeah.
That's it for instance. The brother was always high strong. Michael brother, they got wet up.
Yeah.
He got wet up, but he was always high strong, very angry all the time, and he ended up losing his life, his mind, because he never moved with the family move. He was always a firecracker.
Yeah.
He could never stay in line.
He was the hothead.
Follow the rules of the family. Follow the rules of the law of the land. And that's how Jay Prince Jr. is showing himself to the world. That what have you learned from your father?
Right. You mean
money, bro? You messing up your money. You messing up legacy. And now this man is gone, and he's under the protection of MobTies. There's no way in hell that Takeoff should have been killed at a bowling alley, bro, with his brains blown out like that. This is the saddest thing I ever seen in my life besides Nip and seeing PNB Rock. And we get sick of this shit. We get numb to this. Why is the world just making this shit like it's okay to see this?
People
got PTSD behind this shit, trauma and everything.
It's
and
people.
It continue to keep going on. And that's why I tell people, like, if you want to be in the music industry, you want that type of fear, that type of hate against you, man, be careful. You know what I'm saying? They need to bring R&B music back, man. We need some more love going on. There's so much killing music going on right now. We need some Juwan, Papa, Chris Brown. We need some babies to be made. You know what I'm saying? I think the high frequency needs to change. The 808 needs to change back to some loving, some dancing, for we could go back into doing what we was doing back in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? The early 90s.
Yeah.
Because all this killing going on, we ain't gonna have no rappers left. We ain't gonna have nobody to listen to. All we gonna listen to is Drake, Kanye, Jay-Z, Nas. All the young rappers that's very talented, they leaving. They ain't gonna be able to live to see 30, man. And these guys are so talented and work so hard on their craft. And they set a mark in this world at a young age. That's what made me think about Biggie and Pop. Yeah. They were so young when they died. People gotta remember how young they was when they left.
They was young. They weren't even 30.
They weren't even 30. They ain't even hit 30 yet.
They ain't even hit 28. They half the rappers now that's rapping, they 20 and older. 28 and older.
But that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem between Atlanta and Houston, man, for a while. And when all these chips fall, and when everybody see what happened and who was involved in it, it's gonna be sad because the person that probably could take off ain't probably got two dimes to rub together.
See, and those facts, you're not lying, man. You telling it exactly how it is, man. I gotta agree with you 100%. Like, real talk.
They ain't got two dimes to rub together. Something like, another bum that took out another good person. But it's always them. It's always the ones that don't have nothing. Just like old boy in the basement on Belly. You an old boy in the basement on Belly.
Yeah. Dude on the couch.
You gonna get yours, B.
You gonna get yours, and then look what he do. Set him up.
Yeah, that's him. That's the type of person that killed Takeoff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you killing DMX, you want to go back and kill Nas. Nas is Takeoff. Quavo the situation.
All because he hung with him.
But DMX is Quavo in this situation.
Yeah, birds of a feather flock together because
Flock together, baby.
boy, see, that's how I know that it's people out here know that when a person says something is capped, that mean they haven't did their research. You see what I'm saying? Like I really want to
Uh-huh.
let people open their eyes to the fact that this is a revolving door, and we got to really be mindful of everything that's going on. Because if we go to Houston, what you think gonna happen if we run into any one of them? First thing they gonna do is try to make somebody check in. It's like you gotta understand they making street dudes and regular dudes who really ain't on a hiatus, man. They making them check in, man, and that's sad because
And
why should you have to
just like back in
tell
the
another
day,
person you in a
I've heard
state?
other interviews and things of OGs and things. You know, I'm a student of the game, always been.
I can hear
And
it.
death has always been surrounded around hip hop. But I remember at the time, hip hop rappers was heroes in their neighborhoods. They didn't get killed.
Yeah, see,
They
yeah,
didn't die like the way they dying now, bro. They stood for something. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? The people was empowered. People felt good when they came around to their neighborhoods. And my
People don't
whole
even
thing
come
is
around
like
their
they
neighborhoods
changed
no
that
more.
into the drug culture.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? Now everybody dope fiends, everybody popping pills, everybody just on the same
perks
frequency.
and yeah, and then
They on
you.
the same frequency now. It's fuck a bitch. Like Kanye said, I'm gonna fuck your bitch. I'm gonna kill this nigga. The 808.
That's
And
crazy.
that's the frequency that our kids is listening to. And that's what they listening to when they drinking and smoking. So they see an op, they see somebody they don't like, they see somebody that they jealous of, they don't even know. That
Mm,
music is making them feel that way and that enviness towards this person.
yeah, to see, and
I
people
met
don't know
Quavo. I
that.
met Quavo on tour, bro, when he was on tour with Drake in Chicago.
Yeah,
When they had that big tour together. That was the most humblest, coolest, laid back young man that I ever met.
see.
And I'm telling you, man, his spirit was so pure. He was so talented. And it's crazy because
That's when they
with
first
him
came
being
out. That's
gone,
before the Chief Keef
with him being
movement
gone and him
started
being
going
taken
viral.
out, yeah, his sales might go up because he's dead. Yeah, this last album might be a classic with him and Quavo, but it ain't gonna never be no Migos again. And
Ever.
I'm sitting here waiting to see how this gonna all play out with Offset and Quavo. I'm really trying. I'm really anxious to see what it is going to do. Is it going to make them more hate each other more and be at each other's neck, or are they going to come together and make more music? How can you heal from this?
Exactly. And that
When
was
you
close. That
your
hit home for
existence,
both.
how can you heal? What Quavo going to be a superstar now by himself solo? He going to speak on more hate music now. He going to be hurt. That's not what we got from the Migos. So I can't take that serious. I know that pain gonna be hurt, but that ain't the type of music they drop.
Yeah, they
They was
don't
in a
make
whole different
drill.
type of frequency.
They don't make drill music.
They don't make drill music. So I ain't gonna be able to take Quavo serious when I see him come out making hurt music. Because they ain't come out making that hurt music. Now, I can see if it's Dirk or somebody, man, that boy's been through pain.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He came in the game like that.
yeah.
Pain music. Migos didn't make no pain music. They made finesse music, fly music. You know what
Get
I'm saying?
money
Fly, we
music.
out here. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make
Mm-hmm.
you feel good. They talk about
They
it
music
in
make you go out
in
there
different
and go
aspects.
grind.
Lyrics, they lyrics make you feel good when you listen to it.
Yeah,
It
make you
ain't
go
putting you in that
grind.
mindset of I'm gonna hurt somebody. It's like, okay, we hear you young niggas. We hear y'all sound good, y'all talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bringing it to us in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the next person bringing it to us.
And I don't blame you.
And
That's
it's so sad, this whole situation. Like, man, if a young man check in, he should have checked. He shouldn't have checked out.
he shouldn't have checked out. He real life should have checked. He should have
He should be
instantly.
right now, bro.
He should be right
And that's
here.
a
But we
stain.
shouldn't
That's
even
a
be
stain on
talking
the
about it.
Prince family. It's gonna be a stain on them for a long time because this wasn't no regular
When people
individual
think
rapper
about the Migos, they gonna think about the what happened at the bowling alley, and they gonna think about
for the
rap a
rest of
lot.
their life. For the rest of their life, every time they go to Houston, even if they become successful and move on,
They
you
still
come to
gonna
Houston
remember
to
that
do a show.
the Jay
Come to
Prince
Houston
now.
to do a promo. It's gonna be dark clouds every time they step in that city now.
And that really just messed up the whole rap a lot's money. because when
It
you
did,
pay
man. So
attention
much money.
to
That's
it,
why I say Jay Prince should think like a executive, like a boss.
that ain't gonna
You know
make
what I'm saying?
people
You
want to
should
come
think like
out
a
there.
boss, like your dad at all times, bro. You learn from one of the biggest executives and one of the biggest people in the game that still owns a record label for all these years. There's nowhere
Exactly.
in hell you should be out here moving like a goon
Yeah,
and having people around you that's not accountable,
that's moving loose.
that's moving loose. Ain't no way in hell. Man, let me tell you something. If I had that much power, if I had that much influence, I could not allow it.
Oh yeah, you ain't finna
I
mess up
could.
what I got going on.
You would not. Listen, I cannot allow you to mess this up for me, boy.
Yeah, he said I
Anybody.
can't allow you. Real talk, them facts, man.
Because you want to hurt Takeoff, you got to go too. Ain't no. No, the mob, the real mob, like, oh, you mess up the money in the family, what they do? They'll punish you. Put your fingers in a piano, smash them, get a hammer, smash them in, until you go handle that business. Now you got to do something else for me. Now you got to pay for your mistakes.
See,
That's not a real mob, man.
it ain't. Cause real talk, people already know.
Somebody got to pay for that. If you really mob ties, right?
Yeah,
If you're in the mob, somebody got to pay for that casualty because that wasn't talked about. Y'all didn't sit down around the table and make that move and gave that green light.
no, they
Real
did.
mob sit down around the table. Nobody can get hurt. Nobody can move unless they have a sit down. So what happened with y'all sit down?
Man, them, you know how people is, and a lot of people looking at this as if it was Takeoff fault or as if Migo Bands had something to do with it. You really can't say that Migo Bands even had something to do with it because what was his purpose of being there for with the blicky is to protect Takeoff, but you can see Cam with the yellow hoodie on the right side of Takeoff, and you see
He
dude
was already
with the
there.
Bushwick dog. He right on the
And who
left
was the guy
side.
with the turkey dog, right?
That's
So
the
when I
Bushwick. That's Bushwick.
Bushwick Bill's son, right?
Yup. And he, hey,
Okay, so
Bushwick,
okay,
hey, that's why he had on the V-Long hoodie with the black V-Long
that's right.
hoodie. I already know what you're talking about
Who you
too.
heard the first shot was muffled, right?
Yup. And he
The
was
first
bending
shot was
down.
muffled, and allegedly they say that he carried a blicky inside that Chucky doll.
Yeah, and see, I ain't know that. I'm glad you just put me
See,
up
look,
on that. Good
yeah,
looking.
so why you think you got a Chucky doll? Why is a young man walking around with a Chucky doll? It ain't because of persona. It's part of it's part of his movement. It's part of his rap look.
Yeah, his little
they
rap,
changed
his
it.
little rap, little swag.
That's part of his look. But they say you carry a blicky in there because that's how people won't even check him. Oh, it's just a Chucky doll. Ain't nothing in there. That's why I found muzzle. Right? The first I was like, boop, and then you hear Mike Prince say, what y'all doing? And then you hear Migo Bands, and then all these other guns going on.
See?
Because it had to be a hoodie, or it had to be that Chucky doll that first gun, that first bullet came through that took Takeoff out. And
Yeah.
that's why I found so muffled that first shot killed Takeoff.
And then he
Not the
stayed
other
right
shot.
there. And then everybody in the crowd, they kept saying, why is he still right there? And they blowing. He was still right there
And they just
because
standing there.
him and the
I'm like,
cameraman.
who picture all this? I'm like, was that TMZ standing there recording? Who put y'all there? Y'all not even running.
Y'all
All
not
these
running.
dudes
Y'all just
that y'all
stand right
still
here.
recording.
Why is we able to see y'all still right here? You feel me?
Why?
Why is
Because
we
in the hood,
in the hood?
hood,
Everybody
that's how
running.
everybody
Everybody, including the shooter.
everybody gone, bro. Ain't nobody sitting around recording nothing. Because I don't know if a lot of our viewers ever been in shootout. I don't know if a lot of our viewers ever been in that heated moment when them blickies go off, man. You don't know what to do. And to these viewers and these bloggers understand, if you ain't never been in a real life situation like that, you would never understand how these things go. Ain't no damn way in hell in real life somebody gonna be sitting there recording, holding their phone, recording when gunshots going off.
Ain't nobody gonna do that. That's a dumb
Ain't nobody
move.
got time for that because they know they ain't super like, oh, come on, bro.
Hey, exactly, bro. Like that's what made me think that, like Jay Prince and them, they just had people moving like reckless with them.
That's right.
That's what make me think.
Listen, Jay Prince Jr. should be ashamed of himself every day you wake up and wash his face in the mirror.
Cause you supposed to
Every
groom them people. When we go out in public, don't be
you supposed
acting
to
up.
have, man, your people don't respect you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't no mob, man. You can't be because they respect the leaders. They respect the bosses. Ain't no room for slip up. They always gonna have one or two.
Yeah, at least one or
Wild
two.
Wild Westing with it. That's not even
Yeah.
gonna listen to no instructions.
Them the
But that's how you
hotheads.
gotta go back and handle them individuals. You gotta punish them individuals. It ain't even about death all the time. We don't take off gone, man. It's enough death around this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Cut them off. Cut their water off.
You gotta stop messing with them quick
Get them on
because
ice.
they'll bring you down or put you in the messed up situation that'll lead you to real life. Like you'll be in the same situation with somebody you know, instantly go out there in public and instantly something happen because real life they wouldn't know how to obtain and handle the situation or contain it. You feel me? Some people don't know how to minimize the problem and maximize the thinking. You feel me? You have to think when you're in the streets because they be on point, boy. They be ready to blow anybody down, boy. Especially in Houston.
And that's right. And that's why, and you know what I'm saying? People always say Migo Bands this and that and the third. Migo Bands, if anything, that's what his job was, to protect Quavo and Takeoff. But like when I look at Takeoff pictures, man, it's so eerie to me though,
Yeah.
because he in the background of everything. He by himself. He in around with his uncle. Everything was just off. Like,
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like, bro, it's like he didn't even want to be there.
Yeah,
And
like
it's like, and that's the spirit of a person that don't want to be there in this crowd. You know when you out with your homies and you know you feel so good
yeah.
about going out, your spirit gonna be different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be smiling, you're gonna be happy.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be sad or acting like you don't want to be there.
And one picture Takeoff had that whole night, he was smiling, bro. He had them glasses on, his head was down, he was smoking, and he was in the background. He was all the way away from everything. And for that young man to lose his life when he didn't do nothing, he didn't show no aggression.
He wasn't even shooting dice. He wasn't even in the argument.
Ain't no damn way in hell. Your nephew though, Quavo, this your nephew. Ain't no damn way in hell your nephew should be gone, bro. Point blank period.
Y'all, like, has he so cool with them? Like, how was he so cool with them, but Takeoff wasn't that cool with them?
It's like they got more respect for Quavo because he's the quote unquote the biggest person in Migos, and they show Takeoff no love, like he was just a backup dancer or something.
See, that's
now that he's dead, everybody understand how big he was. You heard Offset at the memorial. He said, "You started this." The one that always wanted to rap. You heard that man say, he said, "I ain't never had no plan B. I stand with a plan A because I know my plan A was gonna work."
See,
he knew what he was gonna do. He said it. He manifested that. And look at his flow. Everybody knows. Listen to Takeoff flow. How strong his voice is. The lyrics he say. Nobody, they know they ain't coming for him, bro.
Yeah.
That young man was the Migos.
Yeah, it's always
Quavo
like that.
Quavo was the face. Offset was the face. Offset got more bigger because of Cardi B too. So it's like a Bobby and Whitney situation with them. And Takeoff had no kids. Takeoff had no girlfriend. Takeoff had never been in the headlines. No negativity. Man, that's sad that he had to go out like that, boss, with his brains on the floor like that. Ain't no damn way in hell a young man like his caliber, his character, gotta go like that.
Nope. And people don't realize this, man. Man.
And they sitting up here, oh yeah, they thinking no. They thinking like, oh, this is street stuff. No, boss. When people move like that, they supposed to live.
Yeah, real talk. And I gotta agree with you 100%.
For a very long time. That's no rich death on no, but it shouldn't been Takeoff that night.
Yeah. And
in the Atlanta game, the Houston Atlanta will never be the same. And we done lost a great group. And people don't understand. They're gonna sit back and look at Migos, our kids that's coming up after us. They're gonna research these individuals and see how great they was.
Yeah.
And how sad it was that they had to end like this. It's kind of like when John Lennon left. One of the Beatles had to go, but